Hi, it's Michael. It can be said there are three types of people: sponges, blockheads, and lifers. So sponges are people who absorb information and they can repeat it even very accurately. They are like walking encyclopedias. Yet when they are presented with higher level, higher truth information, they don't recognize it as such and they don't act upon it. So they absorb information, but they are not capable or willing to act upon a higher level, more truthful, more healthy information. Now, blockheads are people that when they hear a higher level, a higher truth information, they completely block it off. They either switch the subject or when presented with that information, they start asking questions that make it obvious. It just bounces off them, that it didn't even get to their brains. Okay. And lifers are people, when they hear a higher level, a higher truth level of information, they listen to it, they investigate it, and when it fits their life in a healthy way, they act upon it. So to give an example of a sponge, you may have a co-worker or a family friend who browses the internet and absorbs a lot of information, who could be on jeopardy as a champion. I can come up with answers to questions just like that. Yet when it comes to the health and maturity of the person just doesn't act upon higher pieces of information. Like, for example, you tell your relative or your friend about that you started going to chiropractor and that it's helping you a lot, and then you recommend it. So this sponge person would listen to it perhaps with great interest, would start investigating it, maybe even on the internet, finding the chiropractor, learning about the biography of the chiropractor, where they are located, and how chiropractic works. And the sponge person would be able to regurgitate all this even accurately, but would not act on it, would not actually go to see the chiropractor, even though it would benefit the sponge person greatly. Okay, so that's sponges. Now, blockheads, as already mentioned, are people that are right away not interested, or it bounces off them. So, for example, if you have a blockhead friend or coworker, you may start talking about going to a chiropractor, using the same example, and that it's helping you, and the person may ask you, so what kind of car do you drive? May change the subject, or may say, I don't need chiropractor, I'm okay, something in that sense. So that's blockheads. Now, lifers, if your friend or a family member is a lifer, when presented with that information, would listen, oh yeah, chiropractor, it helps? I am interested, I am not going to one, so I look into it, and the lifer looks into it and acts upon it, actually goes to the chiropractor and continues. And thus, lifers continue maturing, continue evolving, while sponges and blockheads are stuck. While sponges may be walking encyclopedias and they may be able to repeat everything accurately and may win contests like Jeopardy, they basically are in a way, I could say even useless, in the sense that they are stuck. They don't act upon a higher level information. Now blockheads, obviously, they are stuck, dead, walking zombies, and so on. From the state of the world, it can be clearly discerned that most people are in the sponges or blockhead department, or some kind of variation of that. Now, if you recognize yourself as a sponge or blockhead, there is no need to get upset, or defensive, or angry about it. Most people go through that stage at one time or another. It's important to wake up from that state and keep on moving on, because we are here in this world to spiritually evolve, to grow more and more mature, to grow more and more healthy. We are here for that. So everything in this world is contrasted by a higher level of truth, by a higher level of health, by a higher power. So you may say, well, I don't fall into this sponges or blockhead camp because if you're as a man, for example, I hear about a nice car and I investigate it, and if I like it, I buy it. This doesn't count. This is irrelevant because it's insubstantial. It's not a higher level of truth, health-wise, maturity-wise, spiritually-wise. Or if you're as a lady and you may say, well, I don't fall into this sponges or blockhead department because I hear about this nice nail bar or this beautician place, and I investigate it, and if I like it, I go there. That doesn't count because it's insubstantial, it's irrelevant spiritually, health-wise, and so in this regards it doesn't count. Okay, so what can get people so badly stuck that they become sponges or blockheads? And that is mainly toxins and negative intentions. Usually negative intentions are preceded by toxins, and that is because in our natural state we are positive, loving, kind, caring, compassionate, and understanding. It's when we become poisoned by something that these nice, loving attributes are pushed aside, so to speak, and one becomes uncaring, unloving, mean, vicious, angry, resentful, and so on and so on. So it is toxins that get people fragmented and stuck. And the main toxins, which I keep on repeating in all these talks, in all my spiritual talks on this YouTube channel, are alcohol, drugs, smoking, coffee, and so on. These are the main ones that most people use. Even little bit of these toxins can be enough to fragment your energy system and get you stuck, and quite badly. And sometimes it can take even incarnations, lifetimes, to get unstuck and keep on moving again. So it's important to stay away from these drugs. All serious spiritual teachers, schools recommend staying away from drugs, smoking, alcohol. Buddhism calls drugs, smoking and alcohol the basis of negligence, and of course it's true. So staying away from these toxins is the basis. It's extremely important. And then addressing your health in as many ways as you can to get your energy system integrated and whole again, which means chiropractic, neuro-emotional technique care, NET, good quality nutritional supplements, positive high energy books like by Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Osho, David Hawkins, Dr. David Hawkins, and perhaps many others. And of course, positive affirmations, positive prayers. Prayers have nothing to do with religions, even though religions use prayers. Prayers are positive affirmations where you acknowledge the higher power, the divine presence, that is the essence of life, that is your essence, and by the acknowledgement you align with it and you allow it to help it, and you ask for the help as well. So an example of a positive affirmation, a prayer, can be, I am very grateful for all the divine help in improving my health in all ways. So I am whole and positive and compassionate and understanding under all circumstances. Awareness, or amen. Okay, that's an example. You can, of course, create your own. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below the video. That's it for this video talk. Michael out.